Good morning from me and Frankie. Hi, Frankie. He's pouting because he wants to go outside, and he doesn't want to go outside unless I go with him. He wants so badly to go outside, and he's so fun outside. But excuse me, it is too cold for Mama, and I have been laying low and not doing the things I don't want to do and doing the things I do want to do lately. And one of the things I don't want to do is rush my morning, put all those layers on, go out, come back in, take all those layers off, thaw out, even though I bundled up well, because my hands usually get cold no matter what, and then restart getting ready for work. In the summertime, in spring, fall, it fits into my schedule beautifully. But it's just too much stress. I talked to you recently about that inner resource that we have. That knowing what we're doing may not be helpful. Knowing what we could do that would be helpful. If we quiet our brains enough and stop ruminating and tossing the same ideas over and over again, if we quiet down, we can hear it. It's there. If you're not too busy listening to this shitty committee, you can hear the higher power, the higher in essence. What are you doing? So anyway, just wanted to share that with you because I can tell that I'm finally, I am already starting to feel better. Quit. And I can tell because weirdly, when I wake up in the morning, and there are a few of us out there, I'm not the only one, wake up and hear a voice, a song in our head. We'll just, like, you'll see people who hum. I don't hum much, but when I wake up, or aw, what are you doing? So I know when I start waking up with a song in my head, when I was younger, sometimes this song would actually be on the radio when I turn it on, and I thought that was really something. But back then we had a lot less music to choose from, and all we had was a few radio stations, so they play the top hits over and over again. So the chances of me hearing the song that I woke up with in my head were pretty high. I didn't know it at the time. Quit. Quit it, baby. You my little man. I know, babe. I'll take him out after work, maybe, if it isn't even colder. So anyway, I haven't answered text messages over the weekend because I was just too tired. But I want to mention Anna and Denise, because y'all have been really so helpful to me recently with your comments and your support and the things you've been sharing. Excuse me. And I believe it was Denise that was mentioning cataracts. Well, I can tell you this. I didn't have cataracts. I had about the highest rating astigmatism you can get. Like the doctor told me if you put it 1 to 5, I was in the 5 or 4.5 maybe. But I know he said something about the 5, that it was the 5 pop bottle lenses. And I had to go with smaller and smaller lenses because you could get better curvature with smaller lens. The bigger the lens, the more they would look like magnifying glasses. So back in the 90s, you know, the Annie Hall frames and aviator frames were really big frames were popular. So I was kind of getting into the smaller, not necessarily John Lennon lenses, the itty bitty ones, but smaller. And it got me thinking about how I'm going back to my lighter complected foundations, and how much easier it is to put on a makeup that matches my skin so well. It's not glamorous, but quit, Frankie, please. So, and also, if you want to try something that's easy to blend and it's light to medium coverage, this is it. This is the holy grail. You can't put it on wrong. I don't know how they did it, but it is wonderful. Just wonderful. I'm just putting a little extra layer because my under eyes are, yeah, that licking sound, I was putting up with that way too much. He won't do it all day long, but he will do it. He just got into a habit back when he did have an allergy that made him really lick a lot. And it's about that, it's about that time of year again. He's been rubbing his face, and oh, poor thing. But thanks for reminding me. I need to give him that Benadryl. Okay, back to how we wake up in the morning, digging a little deeper. This is a takeaway. I want you to think about how got a long day. I'm going to use a little bit tougher. Oh, that's just a lip gloss. I'm going to use a little tougher lip so I don't have to touch it up. Dang it, I hate to do it. But I'm going to. Because I like to wear the same lipstick on my cheeks and lips lately. But the next few days I need lips with staying power, because it's kind of hard to touch up your lips when you're online with somebody. And I see clients back to back to back, so I can get them all in. So I'm kind of all over the place, and that's okay. So here's what's important. What's important is that you experiment with something starting the next time you wake up, whether it's from a nap or from a long sleep. Or even as you're just kind of spacing out, doing the dishes. think about what you're thinking about. Dig deeper and allow yourself to stop thinking bad things about anybody. Your kids, your spouse, your neighbors, your dog. Psst. Stop. Frankie, stop. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Did you hear that little moan? Oh. Anyway, try to remember that this isn't about the chances of you forgetting what you're thinking about. You're not going to forget. You're not going to forget that you're mad or lonely or they kind of ripped you off. You're not going to forget. I guarantee you. It's not going to help you find a better result because you're allowing yourself to think badly of them. It's not. Go on. Go on then. Go. You want to go? I'll let you out. The neighbor dogs are barking. Okay. You're going. Come on. Go catch him. Go get him, honey. Go get him. Go find him, honey. Good boy. Go find. So, negative thinking about other people, well, about anything, doesn't help a thing. It doesn't help a thing. It doesn't help you. You're not processing anything if you're still thinking about it. And it gives you the negative hormones, the stress hormones. That make you feel sick and that can cause illness because you're wearing yourself out. Oh, he's being so excitable. I'll be right back. Hold on. No. I know he's not gonna let me close that door for very long without a major complaint. So I'm gonna try to get my makeup done quickly. Yes, I am. I am looking for my... Is this the brush I was using on my brows? This may be it. I kind of changed up my makeup brush action. Oh, okay. So here's what I want to tell you. Force yourself to try to remember. Force yourself to remember. And by trying to remember, you can do things like have some paper and a pen next to your bed. And what I want you to do is I want you to write down exactly the first thing you think of first thing in the morning. And I want you to do that for a few days. Because if you're like me, you'll figure out you're having the same thoughts over and over and over again. You're setting up the stage to have a negative morning over and over and over again. And if you would, notice what you're automatically thinking. Now we have something to work with to try to counteract those negative thoughts, right? Does that make sense? So I've been double downing on it. I've been lazy lately. And I woke up this morning with a song in my head. I caught myself having a negative thought. Well done. I'm taking a bow. And I changed my thought of what I was thinking about. And I always change it. My habit is to change any negative thought that I have first thing in the morning. I wake up, I go pee, I come back to bed for a few minutes because that's where I'm going to do my morning reflections. I do the Alcoholics Anonymous Just for Today book is a thought for the day, or a reading from The Secret, Jesus Calling. I have several books that I would just read that I choose from. And I've been doing the Just for Today and daily reflections for my A lately. And The Secret. They're really easy to read. They usually only take a few minutes, even if I reread them several times because of my dyslexia. So I just feel like, okay, puffiest part. It makes it so easy. Look at that. Easy breezy. So think about it. If you want to push yourself really hard to see if you can do it, do that. First thing in the morning, what are you allowing yourself to think about it? And there's lots of books. If you're an artist, like Denise, who does diamond art, if you do that, if you're an artist and you're creative, if you're a problem solver, there's books called, and they have a workbook as well, The Way of the Artist. Oh my God, that's a long read. It's interesting. I started to read it, and then I started reading bits and pieces of it, but I couldn't make it through the whole thing. It just, I guess there's a certain point where, in my case, very often, I already know that stuff so intricately, or it's above my head and I'm just oversimplifying it because I don't really maybe get it at the level they're really trying to share it as. So I don't know. But anyway, I do know that one of the books that I read in that era in my life talked about morning papers. And I thought that was incredible. Now, I don't know if it was them or not, but it was another great idea that may have come from that book. And that morning papers is like grieving, MOURNING. And I thought that was cute because morning, good morning, clever. But anyway, they talked about, and instead of it being a newspaper, it was you writing in your journal, basically. Or Dear Diary, or just like for me, I'm a bullet points girl. I'm not a lovely journaler. I'm not. I'm more of a bullet points girl. Whenever I force myself to journal, I don't really express myself well. I just don't. And with the amount of dyslexia I have, it's a lot of work. Oh my God. And you'll see too sometimes, I'll leave you a message, and if I don't proofread it, which is most of the time, who knows what the voice to text is going to translate it to? So I do voice to text more than typing. I love voice to text. It's just I get lazy and forget to check it. Anyway, you use these morning papers. And how I used it is I would write down exactly what the thoughts were that came into my head every morning. And I experimented with writing them out nice and mushy. Well, I quit doing that and just put bullet points. So try to do that. And what I mean by try is set yourself up to make it easier to remember to do it, because it's hard to get into a new habit. But don't try to do it, because you're worth the extra effort. I just want you to try it. And then I'd love to know how it worked for you. So here's what you do. You write them down, and then those are the thoughts that you do not get to repeat during the rest of the day. I don't know if that was in the book, but I'm just telling you, long story short, what I think. Because now you have it written down. You don't have to think about it anymore for the whole rest of the day. Don't. It's not on the table. If you were your own daughter, you certainly wouldn't want your daughter treating herself that way, right? Oh my God. Okay, I gotta go. Excuse me. I gotta go. But I want you to know that if you tweeze goat hairs, you're not the only one. And they just, see, I need to shave my whole face here pretty soon. I certainly can't go out in public again looking like this. Holy cow. Okay, good job. I could probably do this in the dark. I've been growing these goat hairs since I was a teenager, probably. Very young, I know that. Okay. It's going to be a headband day. I can tell you that. All right. I was scattered this morning, but I just wanted to chit chat with you, and I didn't have a chance to call my friend Chrissy, Sissy Chrissy, because I ran out of time, but I figured I could do this. I love you. Do your homework. Try it, because I want to know how it goes for you. I want to know if it was useful. Most people find it very useful. So, because we don't have to feel bad about not making great big gestures and improving our life. What we need to do is make the most powerful effort in changing the way we think, which ultimately changes the way we're treating ourselves, right? As we age, this area gets bigger and bigger because our lips are falling, and our lips are on the inside. They're doing this procedure now where they can pull your lip up. That's why everybody that gets plastic surgery looks the same, it seems like. But wouldn't it be nice to have lips again? I gotta get a different blush color if I'm gonna use powder at all. All my powder is more orangey, pinky, and what I need is a mauve, because my cheeks are more mauve or pink. And this pink that I have just isn't pink enough. It turns orange on my face. Something to think about. All right, I love you. Bye for now.